Welcome, everybody, to another brand new episode of It's My Wrestling Podcast. I'm, of course, as always, your host, Chris Dees. You're used to me doing big, long, complicated intros. We're a little bit pressed for time today, but that's absolutely fine because the man I'm speaking to today, it is an incredible honor, privilege. Can't believe I'm about to say these words, but he is the WWE Hall of Famer, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mr. Jeff Jarrett. Jeff, man, how's it going? Thank you for joining me.
Oh, Chris, thanks for having me on. You quite the intro there. But you said I can't believe the Hall of Famer. Can't believe I'm a Hall of Famer. Can't believe I'm kidding. I'm kidding, man. Chris, where are you chatting from today? I'm in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Where are you chatting?
So I'm in Coventry in the UK, so quite near to Birmingham in the Midlands.
A little footnote that we did some TNA live events there back in the day. I don't know if you were a little type that went to them. So yeah. How about that?
Yeah, that seems to ring a bell. What sort of year? What year was that in?
There's a round building. Y'all have like a round arena. It's circular.
The Sky Dome.
That's it. Sky Dome.
Yeah, the Sky Dome.
Come on. Get your trivia. Get your prep. I'm kidding.
I remember.
Oh, good.
I remember that would have been probably about the mid 2000s, I think.
Yes.
Around that time.
Something like that. 2007, 6, 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've already hijacked your interview. We're talking about live events, but all good, brother. Ready to hear that? My world and anything else you want to talk about.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Like I said, I know you're a busy man, so let's get straight into it. I wanted to ask about something really close to home, and it's happening at the moment. I know you've spoken about Owen Hart in the past and how much of a well-loved family man he was. I've spoken to a few wrestlers who worked with him at the time, and everybody's always had great things to say about Owen. I wanted to get your thoughts on the upcoming Owen Hart Cup, obviously that's happening in AEW at some point in the near future. I don't think we know when yet. What were your initial thoughts when you heard about the tournament being announced, and who do you think would be a good potential winner for the tournament?
I won't play armchair quarterback. I'll leave that for others. But, I was elated. I was super excited. At the end of the day, Martha, Oj, and Athena, they absolutely know the husband, the father, the family man that Owen was. And, us that were friends that knew him personally and professionally. But there is an entirely new generation of professional wrestling fans. And I was just talking, somebody recently asked me about this, and, whether it's trials or tribulations or championships or whatever it may be, those definitely, they just come and go, but a legacy is something that lives on forever. And Owen's legacy of not only the human being he was, but the incredible athlete and the performer. And, he, like myself, he grew up in this industry. His father was a promoter. My father was a promoter. That was our original connection. And so, the family man and traveling up and down the roads and everything that goes with that. But Owen, candidly, his legacy is now getting the opportunity, and kudos to everyone involved. I mean, everyone involved in the decision to bring this to light, and most importantly, Martha, that now here we are, and Owen's legacy is going to be not only shared with the world, but in my opinion, most importantly, is the foundation is going to continue to grow and grow and grow, and the awareness is going to continue to grow, but it's going to be able to impact lives in a really positive way. And that is something that I believe is at the very utmost. That sure, Owen had great matches and a fantastic family man and a husband and everything we know about Owen. And rumor has it, he was a pretty good prankster. That's a whole nother interview. but his legacy, being able to impact lives in 2021 and 2022 moving forward, that's something that is very inspiring to me, and I could not be happier for all involved.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a lot of people who've said, oh, it should be in WWE because he was a WWE guy, but I think it's great that it's in AEW because, like you just said, it gives new fans an opportunity, new young AEW fans who don't know him from WWE. It gets them, do you know what I mean? It opens their eyes to how great Owen was. It introduces them to him.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, look, I think, and look, again, I'm a promoter, third generation promoter, but Raw, SmackDown, AEW, Rampage, Dynamite, NXT, Impact, New Japan, AAA, it candidly is all professional wrestling. Some may agree, some may not disagree. But Owen, in his very core, was a professional wrestler and a damn good one. And so the awareness will be there, and it will impact lives. And that again is what I continue to be so happy for. That the Owens legacy is going to continue to impact lives in a positive manner, just like when he was here, he impacted lives in a very positive, but it's just going to continue to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful to see. I'm really happy. It was surprising news when it came out, but I was really happy about it. It touched me. It really did. So I wanted to ask. Obviously, there's been a lot of releases lately. That's something that's part and parcel of the wrestling industry now, and not just WWE. Either, other people have been released. So let's not just pretend it's only WWE that released talent. But there have been a lot of talent released this year and last year. As you've said a couple of times yourself already, you're a promoter at heart. If you were to start up another company like TNA, like you did back in 2002, considering all of the great talent that's out there now, if you could pick any 3 talent to start a new promotion, who would you pick?
Dude, I really love your nice layout, and you've laid it out there like a nice buffet for Jeff to pick here and pick here and pick there. But I'll just say this, that with social media and releases and there wasn't really, I think it was talked to somewhat, but for WWE to have that many talent to release is quite remarkable, as much as the releases are. But it's the industry, it's the world we live in, and especially with the pandemic and the ebbs and flows of our industry. But I'm not going to let you know who I would pick. I'm going to keep that between my ears. But I will say this: I do not believe, when you look at, say, 2000 or pre-pandemic, that's probably the easiest way, 2018, 2019, leading up to the pandemic, and then now the amount of uncontracted or independent contractors that out there that are available, that aren't tied contractually, because WWE, yes, they're the first and foremost and by far the biggest organization, but there are also talent, Ring of Honor, as of late. The ebb and flow of talent on the market. I mean, it goes into Mexico, candidly, it goes into Japan as well. So I don't believe it's been a better opportunity for the open market. Like in the real estate business, there can be buyers and sellers market. I think this industry is, I'll just say there's a lot of opportunity out there for all involved.
Yeah. And it's not just good for the talents either. Like you said, there's a lot of options now, but it's good for those promotions as well. Loads of independent promotions.
Loads of independent promotions are going to benefit from this. And I think at the very core, years ago, the territories were the lifeblood. But I am, whether it doesn't matter. An independent promotion right now has the opportunity that they've never, ever had. When you go back to when we started TNA in 2002, coming off the demise and the close of WCW, there wasn't a lot of talent, quote unquote, on the market. But as time has gone along, and like I said, Ring of Honor and all the different promotions and the connectivity with social media and digital age, the opportunity for independent promotions today has never been this great.
Yeah, absolutely. Wrestling is going to reap the rewards. Absolutely. It's a shame it happened, but obviously, it's going to be good for the industry and for fans as a whole. So I just wanted to ask one more question, because as I said, I know we're pressed for time. You're a very busy man. I appreciate that. And this is just something that I've always wondered. I've never seen any official reason for why. You left WWE or WWF in '95, citing that it was creative frustrations. You signed for WCW in '96, but you're only there for around a year before going back to WWF. So why did you only sign for WCW for 1 year and then go back to somewhere that you had only recently left because of those frustrations?
Tell you what, my friend, I think you're walking right into this. If you listen to the last 2 weeks of my work, literally, all kidding aside, we just covered my WCW run, the 1 year deal that, I originally signed with WWE in '93 for a 3 year deal. And then that came to the end, and you've already sort of stated that, that the agreement, and, my point of contact was Eric. And I think we both agreed, look, he had during that time, Hogan, Savage, Hall, Nash. I mean, there had just been a massive amount of new signings. I mean, there were others as well, and then there were renegotiations. So from the place that I was coming from, I thought it was best for me. And I think Eric agreed, and obviously must have thought best that, okay, let's see how this works out for a year. And that was what we came to. And so it's a 1-year agreement from the very beginning. When I signed the deal, I know that I was like, let's do it 1 year, see how it is. And I'd love to get a nice bump, a nice raise. That's what we're in this industry for, is to keep going up in salary. And so that's what my goal was. I didn't dream that I would be going back to the WWF so quickly at that time, but that's how it worked out.
Fair enough. There we go. I should have listened to my world.
There you go. You can still catch it, my friend, anywhere you podcast. And if you don't know, go to realjeffjarrett.com. And that's J-E. I'm kidding.
Awesome, man. So have you got anything coming up on my world over the next sort of few weeks, next month for anyone?
I tell you what, I just was in Huntsville this week. I was there 3 weeks ago as well, and we're doing a lot of planning for 2022. And adfreeshows.com, if you're not familiar with that, go to adfreeshows.com. It's early and ad free, but the opportunity that's going to happen in 2022 with the live shows with my world, some special ad free events. Myself and Conrad and the entire team, we've been strategizing. So I think the easy thing to do is stay tuned, because it's going to be an exciting year in so many ways. The different conventions that come up, but we're building different events around the tentpole events in our industry, and I'm excited to see how everything gets finalized. I'll say that because we're really close on several big deals.
Yeah, awesome. That sounds good, man. Really exciting. I'll keep an eye on it. I promise I will check out the last couple of weeks as well. Jeff, like I said, man, thank you so much for joining me. I'm really glad that we finally got to do it. I think I first got in touch in like January.
No way.
Yeah, honestly, it was like January or February, and it was just one of those things. But hey,
it won't take that long, as I've sort of told other folks. We'll wrap this up. I try to do media every other week, but I've got some different projects going on outside of the podcast that have literally consumed me, but in a good way. But no, I appreciate you giving me time. I appreciate your support of my world, and I say this: we'll talk soon, my friend. It won't be so long.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, thank you so much for watching, so much for listening. Hopefully I'll see you again next time on It's My Wrestling Podcast.
Thanks, my man.